Dostuwa, and this is my camp. My mission statement and goals. Mission statement is to provide a safe and supportive environment for people to challenge themselves to learn and grow through healthy and new interactions with the natural world and their peers. And then the goals are to provide facilities that are safe for patrons, have adequate facilities for programming, and to provide professional staff. So my market analysis, the site is gonna be outside of Asheville, North Carolina, which is located in Buncombe County. The summary of the area is really well populated. Population distribution, it was 63,000 people, 30,000 households, and 16,000 families in the city. And with the age distribution, there are 19.6% of the distribution is under the age of 18, which would be our target group for camp participants. So that's a pretty good percentage of people in the area. The average household income was about $32,700. So there's a good income level to support people coming to the camp. The strengths of the camp is that it's another place to have unique programming and outdoor programming for kids. And the weaknesses is that it's not as large as some of the other camps in this area. Opportunities, offering program that is obviously in high demand with the amount of camps that are located in the area and the amount of people who go there for this. For local competitors, there's a lot of different camps located in the area, and this is not an all-inclusive list, but this is just some examples of competitors in the area. So we have all-girls camps, all-boys camps, and co-ed camps also in the area of Asheville. So there's quite a lot, but they all offer a lot of variety of different programming, different age groups, and they target different people based on their affiliation, whether it's church, YMCA, Boy Scouts, Girl Scouts, things like that. Camp's identity, so Dostuwa is Cherokee for redbird, which represents the cardinal, which is the state bird of North Carolina. So the image of the camp is to be minimalistic camping experience and learning hands-on survival skills. A quick look at finance. So we just looked at a section of financing part of building the camp, and we looked at challenge course building. So for the high ropes, the installation is about $20,000. For the high ropes and the climbing tower installation is about $28,000. The annual inspection is about $1,200. And so that puts you at $49,200. And then to provide extra helmets, ropes, and harnesses, which are usually provided with the installation. But if you were to get additional 30 helmets and 200 meters of dynamic rope and 30 headwall harnesses, you would be at $52,650. And like I said, with the harnesses, helmets, and ropes, traditionally with installation, it comes already with installation, but that's additional equipment and gear if you need more or updated gear. With programming, the summer camp will provide a variety of high adventure programming and on-site programming. So with high adventure, we do things like rock climbing, backpacking, whitewater rafting, overnight canoe trips, work on backcountry survival skills, get to go on a challenge course, work on boating techniques, and do horseback adventures. That would be trail rides, arena rides, and overnight trips with our horses. On site for like our younger kids or those who aren't willing to go into the high adventure programs, would still be able to do things like boating and swimming in the lakes on site, go horseback riding at our stables, go on the rock climbing wall, do some of the challenge course elements that are less challenging. They get to do some overnight tent camping once or twice a week, depending on their group's decision and the program they're in. For risk management, the camp will follow the American Camp Association standards for risk management, which includes everything from the dining hall to health issues, health and sanitation, and things like that. So providing health forms before kids register. And there's a link to follow standards for the ACA. So this is some of the risk management stuff through the American Campus Association. They have things as far as, like I said, as far as housing and health and things like that. They also have standards through risk management as far as going to hire people for directors and special needs staff and even just seasonal and summer staff. So you have hiring policies, the annual staff screenings, new staff screenings, and things like that. They also talk about staff supervisor ratios, which is really important in a camp setting. We always talk about the rule of 3 at camp with our staff, and that's saying that you should never be alone with a camper, so there should always be either 2 campers and 1 counselor, or 2 counselors and 1 camper. So there should always be 3 people present, and never a staff along with a camper. And that helps to prevent any kind of claims or have some checks on people in case something were to happen. So that protects the staff as well as the campers. And also with camper supervision and ratios and ages of staff, the general minimum ratio of staff on duty with campers in a day and resident camp settings are recognized, and that 80% of staff used to meet supervision ratios must be at least 18 or older, and all staff that are have to be 16 or older. They don't count as part of that 80% of staff that have to be 18 or older. And every staff member has to be a minimum of 2 years older than the minors or campers that they are supervising. It also talks a lot about staff training. So they are required to provide, we are required to provide in-service training, so trainings at camp when they get there, and pre-camp staff training. So sending out emails and communicating with the camp staff what to expect, having manuals prepared, and things like that. A lot of times you'll have training videos that they need to complete. So things like that depending on which position they're being hired for. Also, they have requirements for staff training that people such as like aquatics, they must be certified lifeguards and things like that. And there are requirements as far as child safety laws that you have to be up to date on, things like that. So there's a lot of other stuff that goes into the risk management of camps and that are set forth by the ACA that are the standards that we'll be following. And things like the health screenings that you have to have, like their updated physicals and immunizations, so you are prepared in case there's any kind of emergency, have lists of allergies, recent injuries, things like that, and health history, to prevent any kind of accidents in camp. And the dining hall, you have to have options for people. I know celiac has become more of a well-known thing, so options for gluten-free eating and vegetarian lifestyle and things like that. So that is also set forth because that's a health risk management issue. Also, kids with diabetes is becoming more common, so in the dining hall, that's part of your risk management as well. So things as far as that, making sure you have certifications and health checks. The ACA wants you to have people come in and check your accreditation and things like that. So we have to make sure we're following all of the standards all the time. Okay, so this is my camp, and that's the camp area. So that's the camp overall, and that's the camp road as you come in, so that would be your main entrance area. So that is the office buildings that are right here in the front with the big parking area, flat ground and everything. It's all gravel covered, so it's easy access and everything like that. And this, like I said, is your retreat building, so it has some hotel type style rooms. It also has office buildings and bathrooms and stuff like that. And then if you look behind, you can see some of our units at the camp. Each unit has 6 cabins and a fire pit with some benches just made out of logs that you can sit on. And then each unit has your shower house. And it has like showers and toilets and sinks and things like that. So that campers in each unit don't have very far to walk to go to the shower house. They have one in each unit. 5 units. And then we have our 2 lakes. So there's boating and swimming lakes. And you can use both for that. This building with the red roof up here, that is the dining hall, and the back portion of it is the kitchen. So the dining hall can hold a full camp with staff, and then there's the kitchen in the back. Like most camps, you need a spot for weather emergencies and things like that. So your shower houses are your closest emergency shelter, since they are made out of, the cement and they're a little more sturdy. But then also in cases of severe weather, you can also go up to the dining hall if your group is close by, because that's a pretty sturdy shelter as well. So, and then behind our dining hall, we have the challenge course. So we have some challenge course stuff back there. We talked about financing that. So there's some elements on that, and it's close by. It has a nice view of our lakes. And off to the side, we also have our climbing wall. So, and that's our climbing wall. Pretty cool. And then off behind the dining hall and kitchen, we have our barn. So there's the road coming in. And the lake is over there. And so there's our barn, our stables. It's one of the bigger facilities on camp. We have horses. We have a lot of turnover of trading and like horses and selling to make sure that we have the best quality horses that we can at camp, and we maintain their health. There's also areas for housing in the barn and the stables for people who are maybe on, say, like horse adventure camps and things like that. And they would use facilities over at the dining hall, or there's also a really small section of shower and bathrooms in the barn for the barn staff. So that's camp.